I know you love food. Delicious. Yes, I do too. But have you ever wondered how food comes about? Most of what we eat is the product of a process that includes planting, tending, and harvesting of crops and raising of livestock. Or in a general sense, agriculture. There are a number of interesting vocabulary that we can use when talking about agriculture. Let's learn some of them. Firstly, how is livestock different from poultry? Livestock refers to animals raised on a farm for food, clothing, and other products. Poultry specifically refers to birds raised for meat and eggs, such as fowls and turkey. Many people raise livestock and a few crops in their backyards to cater to the needs of their families only. This is called subsistence farming. Many people do it because they simply cannot farm on a large scale. But if all you also wanted is to eat fresh tomatoes and potatoes all the time, subsistence farming is a good idea. You could also decide to use very little or no chemicals in growing your crops. To prevent the harmful effects that these synthetic fertilizers or weed killers can have on human health. Crops that are produced through such means are known as organic foods. There are many new developments in the field of agriculture. Here is one that might interest you. Hydroponics or hydroculture is the method of growing plants in the nutrients that they need instead of soil. The plant foods are simply put into water instead, and it makes a solution for the plants to live in. Vegetables, flowers, and herbs can all be grown in water. Isn't that mind-blowing? Another nifty practice in modern agriculture is the use of greenhouses. A greenhouse is a building where plants such as flowers and vegetables are grown. It usually has glass or translucent plastic roof and walls. Greenhouses warm up during the day through penetration of the sun's rays, which heat the plants and the soil. This heat is released gradually throughout the night, which helps the plants stay healthy. If you decide to do farming on a large scale, you would likely need to practice mechanized farming. Mechanized farming is the process of using agricultural machinery to mechanize the work of agriculture. These machinery include harvesters, tractors, plows, and so on. These machines make it possible to produce large amounts of crops with very little human labor. Now, there are some dangerous outcomes that can result from irresponsible and unsustainable farming practices. One of them is deforestation. Deforestation is the cutting down of forests or groups of trees without replanting. This is often done to create more land for farming, but it can lead to several problems such as loss of habitat and desertification. Alright, let's check out some idioms that have some reference to farming and agriculture. If your friend says he can bet the farm or something, it means he is willing to risk everything on a venture that he thinks will be successful. For example, Luke is going to get the best overall results in our final exams. I can bet the farm on it. Also, to take the bull by the horns means to face a challenging and possibly dangerous situation courageously. Please do not make a literal attempt with this. Don't mind the image. Finally, to walk or tread on eggshells means to behave carefully so as not to offend or upset someone. For example, Innocent needed a favor from Aisha, so rather than telling her off for her rudeness, he kept walking on eggshells around her. Okay, that's enough for one lesson. but there are many more to come. Keep learning.